because Sikhs went around in the Punjab region in 1947 and they killed hundreds of thousands of innocent Muslims. There were Sikhs going around into Muslim villages, burning them, raping Muslim women, kidnapping Muslim children. There are reports, historical reports, eyewitnesses documented to this day. Hundreds of thousands of Muslims throughout Punjab were burnt alive. Killed, raped.
I say Muslims have the same thing.
No,
They're both
yeah,
bad.
Exactly. I agree.
I'm not going to
I agree.
it.
I agree.
I don't know
but
what your argument is.
I'm not going to use that and say I'm not going to live under Sikhs. I'm never going to trust Sikhs.
But what is the argument? I believe that.
Just the argument.
I made the argument.
He's trying
Just now, know what he
he's
said?
he's trying.
Do you know what he said? He says he's not going to use this example of this Sikh murdering and
But if he
destroying
didn't
Muslims.
speak his
Let me
corner,
make
I
a
wouldn't
point.
call him a hate preacher.
No, listen.
My point is,
His
he can say what he
argument-
wants.
Our hate preacher discussion is over.
You can
Our
say
argument
Our
is very
hate
clear.
preacher discussion is over.
But he's not going to use your Sikh atrocities and then use this to make an argument like, oh,
That
I don't
I would
like
never
Sikhs
live
and
under Sikhs. I would never trust
live under
Sikhs.
Sikh.
No, I know there are nice, beautiful,
What?
peace-loving, gentlemanly Sikhs out there.
What I'm
Men and women. Sikhs are very nice
what I'm
people.
trying to say to you-
I love the Bangla music as well. I used to, by the way. No,
we got more than this one guy, man.
No, I know.
But the thing is-
I'm saying the
thing is-
culture.
I know,
The
culture's
culture.
great.
I know the Punjabi language.
Punjab is the
I know
best,
the
man.
Punjabi
I know,
language.
Punjabi is
I-
amazing. But the
yeah,
thing is, what
yeah.
I'm trying to say to you,
Because we have to go and pray.
Yeah.
Can we call a hate preacher here in Speakerscorner?
I don't think the way you lot conducted yourself by surrounding the guy and saying hate
We didn't
preacher,
sign the guy.
Well,
We
you
came
don't-
with the other guy to record.
There was like-
He was the one to condemn them, not us.
The guy was sitting- the guy was sitting down.
Raj, listen. We had this Christian cameraman who came willingly, voluntarily to condemn the hate preachers himself, not us, not Muslims.
The thing is, let me,
But what happened is, you suddenly took control of the conversation, it messed up, and he somehow evaded away.
because we was
Right?
having a
Wait,
conversation about
listen.
Christianity, and you
So-
disrupted
So
it.
we did not come here to condemn the hate preachers. He came as a Christian to condemn his compatriot, his Christian friends who are hate preachers. So let me ask you once more. Are we in Speaker's Corner allowed to call a hate preacher just by calling without surrounding?
And the question is, why are we not being called hate preachers? Mansur has never been called hate preacher. Even by the Christians, even by these hate preachers, they don't turn around and say, Mansur, you're a hate preacher. Or they don't say that to me. It's not because they like us. It's because we are not hate preachers. They have never seen us saying all Christians are guilty of believing in the Bible and all the vicious and barbaric verses of the Bible. Hence, therefore, they are guilty. Okay, what they do is, to the contrary, when an attack takes place, okay, due to geopolitical reasons around the world, okay, they come here. Like, the Sikhs blew up planes. You know about that, right?
it's only once.
Okay, it happened, right?
terrible,
Yeah, let's assume that plane was blown up by the Sikhs, extremist Sikhs.
Yeah,
I
they're
came here and
assholes.
said, all Sikhs believe in the Guru Granth Sahib. There are verses in the Guru Granth Sahib,
But you
and
couldn't
these
find
verses led these Sikhs to do
This
that.
is the difference,
Therefore,
though.
Sikhs,
Can I say something? This is the difference. You could not find one violent verse in the Guru Granth Sahib.
you would be surprised.
Well, find it then. and
You
we'll
would
have a
be
discussion.
surprised. No.
What I'm trying to say to
No,
you,
wait.
in the Quran, it
But
can be misinterpreted.
Exactly.
So-
I can pull out verses
What I'm
and
trying to say to you-
misinterpret
but
them.
what I'm trying to
Thank
say
you.
to you, and I agree with that.
Yeah.
But the point is, there are some dumb people in the world
Yes.
that will misinterpret it.
Thank you. And these are hate preachers.
But they're
And they're not dumb. They're very clever. They know what they're doing.
But the difference is,
Promote
with the,
them.
with the
Yeah.
Guru Granth Sahib, you could not make that mistake.
I want
Yes.
you to
Because there's
take
no
off-
way.
I
to
believe
take
Guru Granth Sahib has some beautiful
But
teachings.
I want you to understand one thing. These hate preachers, in inverted commas now for you know what they do? They say, you know what? ISIS is a good Muslim. ISIS is a good, they're good
Yeah,
Muslims.
they are true Muslims.
Yeah.
It's like me saying those Sikhs who blew up the plane are true Sikhs. They are the Akali Dal Khalsa Sikhs.
I don't agree with
you
that.
know.
I still think the word hate.
No, of course you don't agree with that. Of course you don't agree. I don't agree with that. I don't believe the Sikh religion.
If they were saying, oh, we want all Muslims out of the country, we want to kill all Muslims, I would say that's pure hate.
Because of them, that's what Tommy Robinson.
that's what
and
Tommy
their
Robinson
people
is saying.
say.
Yeah, but you can't.
You know,
go
Jay
and
Smith.
correlate that
Jay
with what
Smith
they're
is a
saying.
close
It
friend
is
of Tommy
linked.
Robinson. Did you know that?
Who?
Jay Smith and Tommy Robinson are very close friends. According to Jay Smith himself, Jay Smith calls him his good friend,
But
Tommy
you
Robinson,
understand-
the man who is responsible single-handedly of causing, if not hundreds, possibly tens of attacks against Muslims around the country. Okay, and Sikhs, by the way, because some of these.
first person
Some of
to be
these
killed-
simpletons, they don't know that this is a Sikh or this is a
The first person
Muslim.
to be killed after September 11th in America was a guy with a turban on.
Did you see this video recently from Canada? The woman screaming in front of the Sikh.
Oh no, she knew he was Sikh.
No, she didn't.
I know.
She didn't know he was
If you
Sikh.
listen to it carefully, what she was complaining
She was
about,
saying Sharia, take your Sharia.
because he agrees with a particular law called M103,
Yeah.
which is almost like a sort of a pseudo kind of a blasphemy law, and he agrees with that. You shouldn't criticize religions.
Yes.
And so she was, from my understanding, was protesting that, but it come across like she
But
didn't know.
finally, before I go, a lot of Sikhs out there, not you, a lot of Sikhs I'm saying out there, they have this hatred for Islam, Islamic history. No, I'm not saying you. I'm saying there are a lot out there. And this hatred is because of ignorance, not because of firm historical knowledge. Because if every single Sikh gentleman was to go and study the history of India closely, carefully, objectively, you would come away with different conclusions
Can I
completely
say something?
altogether.
I get the impression as well that a lot of Sikhs hate Muslims.
No, we don't hate
Because
Muslims.
Sikhs
You are talking about
Sikhs
yourself.
see the Mughals in the Muslims. They see the Mughals in the Muslims.
What it is, I don't like Islamic ideology. I'll be straight with you. A lot.
What do you know about it?
I know
Raj,
some. The bits
like,
I
what do you know? What
Can
do
I
you know?
say, we'll talk afterwards.
Yeah.
Maybe in the future. But I
Yeah.
don't like Islamic ideology. But it doesn't mean I don't like you as a person, as a Muslim.
Yes.
Yeah? I can differentiate. I can meet anybody and I'll be nice to them. It doesn't mean I agree with everything. I don't agree with everything in Christianity. The Old Testament's
No, if
terrible.
I was to say,
Can you give an example of an Islamic ideology that you dislike?
That I can give you an example.
I hate the
We'll be
jizya.
able to
Come on.
The what?
Okay.
The jizya attack.
jizya.
What do you know about it?
Well, it was implemented in
You-
Punjab.
okay,
thingy.
before
So I
for
know-
you
I know it was
to
implemented.
for you to hate something, you have to know it, right?
Well, I know it's oppressive to non-Muslims.
Okay. No, for you to hate it, do you agree that you have to know about it?
Oh, I dislike it.
Okay. For you
that better?
for you to dislike it, you have to know about it,
Well, I
right?
know it's a tax on non-Muslims.
Fine. But for
protection.
you to dislike it, you have to know about it, right?
But am I wrong? Is it a tax on non-Muslims
No,
or
forget.
people of the book?
You said you dislike
I
it.
don't know, but can I say
Okay.
what I believe it is?
Or you or say I suspend judgment until know more about it.
But can I give my
Can you
definition
suspend
of the
judgment
jizya?
then? Can you suspend judgment?
I'll suspend. Can I give you
Oh,
my
good.
definition
Okay,
of
good.
the jizya? It's a tax on non-Muslims,
Yeah.
people of the book.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not a person of the book, so I don't even know what happens to me.
And what is it?
And it's a protection.
Yes.
And the people that, who don't have to pay jizya have to fight in wars. And if you pay the jizya, you don't have to fight in wars, but it's a protection for your rights.
What's wrong with that?
I don't believe any tax for a minority should be put in place. Everybody should be treated exactly the same tax.
What if
The same
what if
wording.
Muslims are paying more than the non-Muslims?
But then I think that's wrong as well.
No, but the Muslims are paying more.
The word-
So your
I mean,
point about oppressive. You
it's
said use the word
psychologically-
oppressive,
because
right?
Psychologically,
How is it oppressive?
for me, I'm just talking about myself. Psychologically, it feels like I'm being taxed for not being Muslim. What if I went
That's
to the
true.
fight? What
That's
if I went
true.
to the fight
There's no
for
doubt about that.
What if there's a Sikh in Pakistan who's fighting for the Pakistani army?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, imagine if
What?
Sharia.
Pakistan is not
So
governed
would
by
he-
Sharia.
Would he have to pay
Pakistan
jizya?
is not governed by
But
Sharia.
to say if it was, would he
Yeah.
have to pay jizya as well?
If it was a Sharia state, a
He'd have to pay
Sikh
jizya and
would
fight.
have to pay jizya.
And still fight for the country.
Yeah. Yes.
So don't you see how
No,
that is?
wait.
Say if he wants
there are
to.
Sikhs fighting for
Say-
Pakistan.
Yeah,
but
Yeah, they are.
There's the Sikh soldiers, there's
Yeah.
Sikh regiments.
No, let me explain now something to you.
So can you see how that
okay,
seems
do you know how much jizya how much jizya a Sikh or a Christian or a Jewish
It's not
man?
the point of how much, it's a principle.
Let's first step by step. How much jizya does have one?
I don't care if it was £100 or 150 and you only have to pay.
It is
It doesn't matter.
for a working class man, someone who is working class, he would pay 4 grams of gold per year, which is like £100. Let's say £100 per year, state tax. It goes to the state for what? State spends that money in protecting the minorities and the interests, their places of worship, their well-being, their neighborhoods, making sure that they are practicing their religion according to their own rules and no one is molesting them. This is the purpose. That's why they call
would you even need that for?
Raj, you can't interrupt me when I'm making a point. Wait. This is why people who are paying jizya are called Ahlul Dhimma. Ahlul Dhimma literally translated means the people of responsibility. It is the responsibility of the state, like we the Muslims now are a minority in Britain. Like it or lump it, you the Sikhs are a minority. You're not part of the majority. You're not English. Okay, you're Sikh, you're Indian. You are a minority. Ethnic minority they call you, right? Okay, the fact that you're giving that title in itself is discriminatory in my opinion. But leave that aside. You are an ethnic minority. You need protection. Why? Because when there's a riot happening like National Front in the 90s, they started to attack those people who were not white. And these racist attacks are taking place today in Europe.
right.
Oh, no, Raj, let me finish my point, then you will understand where I'm coming from. Okay? So minorities need protection by the virtue of being minorities. By the very virtue of being minorities, because they are different. Minorities are minorities because they're different. Sorry?
50-50.
How?
Would we still say it was a 50% Muslim?
Even if they were majority, let's say, okay,
So how can it
let's
be a
say,
minority
okay,
being
okay,
protected?
that's a very good point. Okay,
doesn't
this
make
way.
sense.
Okay, because militarily they're in power. Okay,
What if both of them are in power? And they're sharing?
it's not going to happen.
So you're
Then,
saying...
okay, that's a good point now you made.
Yeah.
What if the non-Muslim power is more powerful than the Muslim power? Then they cannot charge jizya because they cannot protect them. Jizya is for protection. Like, for example, what happened in Damascus, when the Muslims came in to Damascus, they took the land from Byzantines, from the Romans, right? So when they conquered Damascus, the people of Damascus majority was Christian. So they came forward and they paid jizya. Now the Romans came back with a large army to take back Damascus from the Muslims. So the Muslims, Abu Ubaidah bin Jarrah, the leader of the Muslims, who was a companion of the Prophet of Islam, he said to the Christians of the city, come back and take your money. And they said, why? They said, we can no longer protect you because we have to now retreat to fight this big army that's coming our way. And if we come back, we will be on you, or we will live with you on the same terms, right? And the Christians, history testifies to the fact, not only Muslim history, there's a Christian historian, Dionysius, writing in the 9th century, testifies to the fact that the Christians cried when the Muslims left. Why? Because they wanted them to govern. They didn't want the Romans to come and govern because they were different. They were a different form of Christianity. They were Orthodox Syrian Church, and the Romans were Chalcedonians. Wait, yeah. So, no. But the Muslim behavior. Look at the Muslim behavior. He ordered his treasurer to give back all the money we have taken from the Ahl Dhimma, or all the jizya we have taken, because we can no longer protect them.
Do they have to pay the zakat? Do the non-Muslims have to pay the
No.
zakat?
Muslims
So
pay more.
What about the fact that the Muslims have to pay 2.5%?
But he believes that's not discriminatory.
What I'm trying to say
The Muslims actually have to pay
when
more.
you look at this country...
And if a Muslim doesn't pay, what
I'm trying to
happens?
say to you is that when
If a Muslim doesn't pay, what happens?
Can I say something, Adnan?
He's
Can I just say something?
reprimanded by the state.
Reprimanded.
What
Yeah.
you're doing in an Islamic state is you're making it them and us. And
No.
that in itself is
No,
dangerous.
no.
When one group has to pay a jizya
No.
and the other group doesn't,
Did you know there
for
were?
me, that's almost saying
Do
you're
you know
different
the
people.
most
But
powerful-
You seem to have no problem living in this country where
then
you are
all
an
the taxes
ethnic
are the same.
minority.
I don't-
Ethnic
no
minority.
one's done everything to me.
Well, that is discriminatory,
Okay.
isn't it, to say you are ethnic minority?
Raj,
You're British.
parents were
wait,
immigrants.
Raj, did you know
So
that
what
there
do
were
you want me to do?
Sikhs?
There's indigenous
Did you know there were
population that are
Sikh?
British.
Raj, did you know there were Sikh governors appointed by the Mughals in Punjab? Did you know that?
Yeah, I do know.
Okay, so it was not
Those
like
Hindus as
them versus us. It wasn't like that. Even in Islamic Spain, when Muslims were the most powerful military existence in Northern Europe, or Western Europe rather, Western Europe, you know who was the Prime Minister? A Jewish man called Hasdai Ibn Shaprut.
Yeah, I know there's good relations between Muslims.
So why are you saying that it is like
I'm trying to say,
it is always
this is-
them versus? If it's them versus us, why is a Jew
Can I say
a
something?
prime minister for a caliph? A caliph, Abdurrahman III, the most powerful man in Western
Can I
Europe.
say something? That
Yeah.
may have been pretty good and applicable in the 6th, 7th, 8th, 10th, whatever century. I'm talking about 21st century today.
Yes.
If I was in a country and I had to pay jizya
Yeah.
for being a non-Muslim,
You're paying
I would-
jizya here.
I would no.
You're paying jizya
what
here.
jizya am I paying?
You're paying
I'm
tax.
paying a tax, but so is
Yeah.
the next man. Christians pay
Yes.
the same as me.
Yes.
Muslim, Hindu.
Yes.
The jizya is a separate tax for non-Muslims, and
Okay.
that in itself is oppressive.
Okay.
Even if you have to pay more.
Why
than
is it
us,
oppressive? Why?
Because it's a them and us.
No.
We can never be
There's
part
no.
of the community.
Why is it them and us?
Dawah
Are you called an ethnic minority here?
I've never been discriminated in
When
this
you
country.
no wait.
First of all,
When
I
you
don't
go
think none of
when you
these-
go and apply for a
Can I
oh
say
no
that?
Raj, sorry.
Going in Britain,
Raj, wait.
Britain,
When you apply for a job,
Britain,
Raj, sorry. When you apply for a job, what box do you tick? What box do you tick?
I normally say Indian or Punjabi.
Why are
English,
you even asked?
Because that's my
What?
ethnicity.
Okay, why are you being discriminated then? Why are they asking? Why is it them versus us?
Can I say something?
Why is it them versus us
In
then?
42 years, I've never felt discrimination.
Does
I wear a
it,
turban as well.
if you spoke to
Yeah,
a,
normally.
if you
But
spoke
don't-
to, if you spoke to a Jew living under the Ottomans in Jerusalem, or living in Salonika, or living in Islamic Spain, he never, in fact, wait, let me finish. There was a Jewish man writing in the 11th century. His name was Bahya bin Pakuda. He was a rabbi writing in 1085 CE in Cordoba. He writes that our living standards are even better than the Muslims. We are prosperous, we are happy the way we're living, and our standards are even better than the Muslims.
Can I say something?
This is a Jew. So if
You're
you
saying I'm
wait.
discriminating against-
If
I
you
don't feel like
spoke
I
to a
am.
Jew, if you spoke to a Christian living under Islam in Damascus when the Muslims took it, they would say, you know, they were crying.
I know, but what
When
is your
Muslims were
point,
leaving, they
though?
were crying. Where are you
That's the
going?
point.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say to you, I don't feel discriminated in this country.
You're
The
discriminating. You know,
tax is the same. If I'm paying
Raj, do you-
If I'm paying tax here in a company where there's a white person, a black person, a thing, we're all paying the same tax. It's
Okay.
named the same tax.
Right.
The problem I have is when you have something called jizya tax, and the Muslims pay another tax, you are automatically making it a them and us.
no, it's not.
It does happen.
It's not.
Human psychology
Okay,
is
wait,
like that.
wait. Jizya, no doubt, is charged from non-Muslims.
Is there a protection tax?
Protection from what?
Place of worship not being destroyed or people not being
Right,
hurt?
right.
Because it seems like a
And do we need,
protection tax.
as the minority or the not?
you said even if it's
wait,
50-50,
Yeah, that's something. I'm
you
coming to
would still have to
this
pay
is the
it.
problem is you keep cutting me because
you're-
I'm about to make that
Yeah, go
point
on,
and you
go
cut
on,
me,
go on.
right? As the minority or not in power majority, you are always vulnerable to attacks, right? Why? Because you're not in power. You have lost power, right? Like, for example, how can I put it? There are so many examples in global history where the majority is not in power and it suffers, right? Okay, so you need protection from the state. The state must protect you. Now, your Gurdwara in Britain, if the Sikhs, for example, let's say for Khalistan, they did something like they were doing in the 80s. Okay, they ended up doing some terrorist attack somewhere. Some Sikh extremists end up doing it. And all the Sikhs now start feeling vulnerable in Britain. And next thing you see is someone is throwing, fire bombs into Gurdwaras.
You know that happens to us anyway.
Of course.
Because Muslims, people take Sikhs for Muslims. So we've
Yes.
experienced it.
So
We've
now
experienced
you
it. It's
need,
not in the
what do you
hypothetical.
need now? What do you need? You need what?
We need the police to protect us. But
Thank
that's not
you.
a separate-
Thank you.
that's not- we don't pay-
Thank you.
But we don't
State
we don't
protection,
pay
right?
a separate tax.
No.
I pay
All,
the same tax as her,
No.
as these guys here, all the
Okay,
same.
okay.
The point I'm trying to say to you is just by its idea, the fundamental of having a jizya tax for the people of the book and the people who are Muslims not having the same tax system, whether they're paying less or more is irrelevant.
okay.
If you don't like the law of the land, then you can leave that country.
All right, but just ask this
If he
question.
doesn't like that law, then he doesn't. And nobody
I
will
asked this
force
question
him to
before.
stay in the Islamic
Now,
State.
you said before, when I said if a Sikh person in Pakistan, say with the Sharia, there's the Sikhs in the army, in the Pakistani army, if had to fight, you said we still have to pay jizya. So that argument
First of all, can I respond? Can I respond? First of all,
Well, I said hypothetically.
can I answer the question? Can I answer the question?
But what we're talking about,
If a Sikh gentleman wants to serve in the Muslim army, which they did,
Under
by the way,
Sharia.
during the time of Aurangzeb, did you know there were Sikhs fighting in the Mughal army for the Mughals? Did you know that? Did you know
said
that?
before,
No,
but
simple
you
answer.
said
Did you know
earlier-
that?
You said earlier, we got it on video. that
First
if
of
a
all,
Sikh-
did you know that?
If a Sikh under Sharia,
Yeah.
in a Sharia compliant country,
Yeah.
was paying the jizya, he would still have to pay the jizya, even if he was fighting for the country.
Yeah.
This guy
No,
here
he
was
wouldn't.
saying that he would be
You're
exempt.
misunderstood.
He said he'll be exempt. So what is it?
Someone who is doing military service would be exempted.
You didn't say that earlier.
No, I didn't understand what you were saying at the
You
time.
did.
Maybe I missed the
We'll look
point.
back, but
Maybe
you said
we have
specifically.
precedents. We have precedents.
You made a mistake.
Yeah, I made a mistake. I probably misunderstood you. Okay, no problem. I can make mistakes. Yeah, I probably
don't you
misunderstood
think
you.
that's unfair, though?
Maybe I didn't understand your question at the time. The point is, if Sikhs are doing military service, they wouldn't be paying jizya. Okay, wait, brother. Let me explain it very quickly. So, when it comes to Sikh history, the most beloved person to the Sikhs, one of the most beloved persons, is Guru Gobind Singh Ji, right? Guruji, you know where he died? He was killed by an assassin.
Yeah.
Right. Where was he and what was he doing?
He was resting in a tent.
And where was the tent?
He was probably on a battlefield.
Where?
It was on Nunford side.
Right.
I may be wrong. I'm not a philosopher.
What was he doing there?
He was at war, probably.
Who with?
The Mughals.
No.
Or
He was in the Mughal camp. He was in the Mughal camp. He went to the Mughal emperor at the time, Bahadur Shah. Listen on, listen.
but what is
One
the
of the
point of
sons,
this
well, the point I'm making is, he went to Bahadur Shah. Guru Gobind Singh Ji went to Bahadur Shah, the Mughal emperor at the time, the son of Aurangzeb Alamgir, to complain to him about the governor of Punjab. Because wait, listen,
Some of the Mughal rulers
listen
were
to
good,
me, listen to me.
including him.
Did you? Okay, did
So
you know?
your argument's void
Okay,
anyway.
wait,
I never said all the Mughals were bad.
wait.
I said Aurangzeb
Okay,
was
wait,
bad.
Raj, if you let me finish. Did you know that Guru Gobind Singh Ji fought with one of the Mughal princes against another Mughal prince? He backed one prince against another, right? So the way now Sikhs, I'm generally speaking, I'm not saying exceptions, Sikhs have this impression in their mind, all Mughals,
No, we don't.
Aurangzeb, Alamgir,
don't.
murderers,
We don't.
killers,
We don't.
oppressors, right?
We have
No, you don't.
no, it's
There are
not just
people
me.
out there, that think like this, okay? But the Guruji himself was in the Mughal army fighting for the Mughals.
Most Sikhs who are educated know that even under Maharaja Ranjit Singh, he was only 15% of the area and 70% was Muslim.
Yes.
Most of the court was Muslim.
Yes.
So I understand that the Muslims and Sikhs have worked together. All I'm trying to say to you...
Actually, his prime minister was Muslim. His foreign secretary
I'm
was
trying to say
Muslim.
to you, all I'm-
Fakir Azizuddin.
No, but what I'm trying
Yeah.
to say to you, under Sikh rule, there was no jizya tax. Everyone paid the same tax. What I'm trying to say to you, the jizya is oppressive
Do you know?
in its nature.
Okay. Well, no.
Not about
When
whether you
Ranjit
pay
Singh
more.
was governing, what happened to Badshai Mosque? Wait. What happened to Badshai Mosque? Wait. When Maharaja Ranjit Singh was governing in Lahore, what happened to Badshai Mosque?
I don't know.
Go and check.
Yeah, I'll check.
Go and check.
Yeah, but
Okay.
what is
If what he did was wrong,
What I'm trying, you're not.
Yeah.
the thing
Are
we're
you going to use that as a
we're
model
going- we're going around
for
in
the
circles.
Sikhs?
What I'm trying to say to you on a basic level, having a tax system for Muslims and non-Muslims is oppressive.
it's not. No, it's not oppressive.
Psychologically,
I
it's
don't agree
oppressive.
with you. No,
That's because you're on the dominant side.
No, wait, Raj.
You're the dominant
Psychologically,
If
you
I
are.
was if I was a 5% Sikh in a predominantly Muslim country and I was paying jizya, I would feel feel
Raj.
oppressed.
No, okay, fine.
That's
you.
me. You would never
have
know
you
me.
ever lived under jizya?
It doesn't matter. I can.
No. Sorry.
I can put
Raj,
myself in that
you can't
situation.
have psychological feelings
Of
about
course I
something you
can.
haven't experienced.
Of course I can.
No, you can't.
Why not?
You can't.
Why not? I
You
can
can't.
think about how a piece of cake
Okay,
tastes.
no, Raj.
And I can taste it.
If you're saying having the idea of having 4 wives is psychologically depressing, I'm going to ask you, have you ever had it? You're going to say no. So I'm
That's
going
a
to say,
complete
Raj,
red herring.
no, it's not
That's
red
a red
herring.
herring.
You have never
I'm
lived.
telling you,
As
as a minority, I would feel impressed. I would feel oppressed.
Have you ever lived under Islamic?
It doesn't matter.
No, it does.
It doesn't.
It does.
So
No.
we have to now instate an Islamic state.
Yes.
Just to prove my point.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we can't have any.
Otherwise,
arguments.
because
we can't
those
be-
who lived,
we can't be
because-
theoretical about anything.
Okay, Raj, there are 2 options we have. Can I finish now my point?
Yeah,
Can I finish? We have 2 options. We have one option, which is to listen to those who lived under Islamic protection as zimmis paying jizya. We have one option. That option is, and we have many testimonies historically. The other second option is listen to people like yourself and others attacking Islam. I'm not saying you're attacking Islam. There are others who use the same point. Listen to them talking about jizya, ahlul dhimma, and living under Islam. Which option would you rather choose as a reasonable person? Simple question.
Can you repeat that?
2 options.
Yeah.
Listening to someone who has experienced living under Islam, paying jizya, living as a dhimmi.
Yeah.
Listening to him and his experience, okay, his testimony, and listening to someone else who has never had that experience. Whose testimony would you take more seriously?
But I don't know who that individual is who's giving me the
I'll tell you.
testimony.
Well,
He could be
I asked
retard for all I know.
Raj.
I
Okay,
don't
let's
know.
see if they're retards.
I'm just
First
saying-
question is, who would you
Unless
rather?
I only
Raj,
believe
come
you
on, man.
once I've
The
seen-
problem is I can't have a discussion like this. To have a fruitful discussion, who would you rather listen to as a reasonable man? Someone who experienced it or someone who has not?
Is it a Sikh person that's giving me that account?
Let's say Sikh. Who would
That's
you rather?
hypothetical. You said you can't give no
Who
hypothetical.
would you rather listen to?
You said you can't do no hypotheticals, but you're giving a hypothetical.
Who would you rather listen to? Simple question. Who would you rather listen to? Someone who has
If it was a
experience?
Sikh, yeah, and
Okay.
it was in this century,
Okay.
not the 6th century or the 7th century.
Raj,
Because time
you
has
want
changed now.
you want a teacher for your children. Who would you hire? Someone who has 10 years experience or someone who has no experience? Who? Simple
I've met some
question.
people that have no experience but have much more knowledge than someone who's been trained. So I don't go by that myself. as well.
Maghrib is going. I think we should. Raj, it was nice.
We're never
nice
gonna
talking
be,
to
but
you.
you're a good guy.
No problem.
You're a good guy.
You're a good guy. I've got nothing against
Say
you.
hello to your
Or
son.
sorry, I will.
And,
I will.
I wanted to see if I met that Ali Dawah as well.
I dare you, if you're a man or a woman, to do what I'm about to suggest. IslamNet is a Muslim organization establishing a masjid in the capital of Norway. The property, alhamdulillah, has now been purchased. And now we need to reconstruct it into a fully functioning masjid and community center. To be part of building a masjid is one of the best deeds a Muslim can do. The Prophet ﷺ stated, whoever builds a mosque for Allah, Allah will build for him a similar house in Jannah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us in the Quran, believe in Allah and His Messenger and donate from what He has entrusted you with. So those who have believed and donate will have a mighty reward. But what is this mighty reward that your donation inshallah will bring you? Well, much more than you initially gave. Your good deed will be multiplied by 700, up to 700 times when you meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who will forgive your sins inshallah. And all the ajr that is happening in the masjid, all the prayers that are happening, the ruku' and the sujood and the dua and the charity and the ta'aleem and the learning, all of those things, you inshallah will get a copy of those good deeds inshallah ta'ala, and the pleasure of your Lord and an eternal home in Jannah. Allahu Akbar. And that is indeed a mighty reward. Don't miss out on this rare opportunity. Click the link and donate and earn the rewards promised by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And don't forget to share the video. Barakallahu feekum. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.